Moving on, a number of bus companies have made a U-turn on the recently agreed salary increase for its employees, saying they can't afford it. In May, going into the start of June, the country experienced mass strike action by bus drivers who were demanding decent salary increases. A deal was later clinched, which included a 2-year agreement. Now, bus company owners, including PUTCO, are approaching the CCMA, seeking exemption from wage increases next year, which means they want to break the deal reached with labour unions. Well, joining us now on the phone line to discuss this further and provide us with further details, so we have SATAW's spokesperson, Zanele Sabela. Good morning to you, spokesperson. Thank you for joining us here on Afro Worldview. If you could just talk us through where we are with regards to the agreement that was made and what is the plan going forward now?
Morning, Abigail. Thank you for having us. The agreement was that workers would get a 9% wage increase this year and an 8% wage increase next year. Now, these companies, which include PUTCO, Algoa Bus, Golden Arrow, and 2 others, have come through to the Bargaining Council, not the CCMA, to apply for an exemption to this particular deal. It is a process that is available to them, but in the case of PUTCO, Golden Arrow, and Algoa Bus, we are taken aback because these are big established companies, and we expected that perhaps a small fledgling business that is just starting out would be the ones that would apply for this exemption, but it appears it's these companies. So obviously we are opposing it. We would like the workers to have that increase. It is crucial. What with the VAT having gone up, food inflation skyrocketing, with someone who takes home a minimum wage of 6,900 rand, it just doesn't give them a fighting chance to survive.
Mm-hmm. And with regards to the plan of action, obviously you did mention now that SATAW will oppose that, but what are you hoping for the outcome to be, and is there any sort of timeline as to when we will find some sort of finality with regards to this?
Okay, so yesterday was the first of the hearings. It was the PUTCO hearing. So you take it company by company. And yesterday we sat through all the unions. You'll remember there's 5 unions in this industry, made submissions to a panel that was appointed by the Bargaining Council. It included a chartered accountant and a CCMA commissioner. So they will take in our submissions. We made written submissions and oral submissions, and we had time to question the companies. And they will go back and consider this, and within 14 days they must come through. And then they will decide whether they'll have actual hearings for the other 4 companies, or we should just put in written submissions.
Mm-hmm. If you could just remind us with regards to those negotiations and what was discussed there, and also what the agreed salary increases for the employees were before this U-turn was made.
Okay, so for the first year, it was a 2-year agreement. For the first year, workers are supposed to get a 9% increase and 8% for the second year. So in the case of these companies, particularly PUTCO, they haven't received that increase since it was signed. So they celebrated and they were joyous that the deal was clinched, but so far they just haven't seen those the fruits of their striking for 4 weeks. And also, to make it worse, PUTCO has, in the meantime, retrenched 220 people have been laid off from PUTCO. No, actually retrenched from PUTCO. Yesterday was their last day. And they've also abolished 380 positions. So that means 600 jobs have in this past month, actually virtually disappeared from PUTCO. We would expect that with the savings they made from this retrenchment, because we did go to the Labour Court to actually stop the retrenchment, but the Labour Court didn't find for us; they found against us. So we would expect that with the savings that they made from this retrenchment, that they would be able to pay this increase. But it would appear that they're just not willing.
Is there, with regards to everything that has developed now, can we anticipate further strike action to be looming?
Unfortunately, that's not available to us. What would happen is, if the exemption is granted, we will appeal it. but we've made very strong submissions in that in the meantime, PATCO has this year alone, in January and in April, it increased fares, but then it's increasing them again tomorrow. Tomorrow there's another fare increase that's coming in. So in total, PATCO would have increased fares by an average of 8% to 14%. Actually, it's actually one area that has received an 8% increase. The others are receiving a 14% increase all in 1 year from the commuters. So the commuters are the ones that are going to have to pay for this, but this money is not even coming to the workers. And also in the same time, PATCO received an increase in their subsidy of 3.2% this year. So there's obviously money coming into PATCO, but we suspect that the way they are spending the money is very reckless and irresponsible, and this is why they're not making a profit. So that's why we think it is unfair to expect the workers to be the ones that are paying for PATCO's ineffective management.
All right, spokesperson, thank you very much for your time and providing us with these details. We appreciate you joining us this morning. That was the SATAHU spokesperson, Zanele Sabela, joining us on the phone line and just talking us through a number of bus companies, including PATCO, making a U-turn on the recently agreed salary increases for its employees, saying that they can't afford it. The bus companies and owners have now approached the bargaining council seeking exemption for wage increases next year, which means they want to break that deal reached with the labour unions. But stay tuned to Afro World View for further developments here.